The story starts like something out of a fairy tale. I hated my stepfather. It's usually stepmothers in fairy tales. Well, equal time for stepfathers. I almost don't know why I hated Val so much. He was short and hairy and didn't know how to wear Newworld clothes, and spoke with a funny accent and used a lot of really dreeping words that nobody in Newworld had used in 200 years. Have you ever heard anyone say ablutions? I didn't think so. He looked like the kind of creepazoid you'd cross the street to avoid walking past too close to. And this guy, who looks like a homeless crazy-dumb who's about to start shouting about the evil magician who planted electrodes in his brain, stands there smiling gently at my mother. And she laughs and puts her arm through his, because she loves him. Ugh. Maybe I hated him because she loved him, although I was pretty old for that kind of doolally. I'd turned 17 by the time they got together, and my brother, Ran, short for Randall, not Randolph, who wasn't quite 13 yet, thought he was wonderful. I don't know what went wrong with me. It was like an evil magician had put electrodes in my brain. Margaret Alestrina. Everyone calls me Maggie, but the full lineup is way more effective if you want to shout. There's no point in telling this story if you're not going to be honest. Okay. I do know why I couldn't deal with Val. It was the shadows. But in Newworld, where we're all about science and you stop reading fairy tales about the time you learn to read, which always seemed really unfair, being afraid of shadows was silly and pathetic. Even if there were a lot of them and they didn't seem to be the shadow of anything. And if they were, whatever it was had way too many legs. So I hated him for making me silly and pathetic. That's scientifically logical, isn't it? For a while, Mom made a fuss about it and tried to get us, Val and me, to do things together. I guess because she couldn't believe I wouldn't like him if I got to know him better. You know the kind of thing. We did the grocery shopping, with him being as useless as it's humanly possible to be, and me having to explain everything. Why he hadn't starved to death before he met Mom, I have no idea. And when I got my learner's permit, Mom was always, "Oh, take Val, I haven't got time right now." Which was probably true, but it was also Mom trying to make us friends. And, honestly, he was a pretty good learner driver's passenger.